Hello and welcome to my website. Now since you're here, you've probably heard of how I made my first million in just under 9 months. My own journey was kickstarted by a property investor, a serial entrepreneur, Steve Bolton, who is an investor based here in the UK. I came across Steve Bolton when I went to a business conference in Alicante, and it was at that time, one of those days that changed my life around, because he was talking about property investments and how I can take the idea of property investments and actually maximize on that and make some money. I'm a great believer that all business skills are learnable. I believe that if you follow on the strategies, there's tools, and of course get the right support, you can make it happen. That's what I did. I have no education background that would say to me, that's why I'm here today. And of course, I'm not discrediting education because that's very important. So how do you actually take a business idea from concept to cash in 90 days? I know one of the things is looking at your passion. You've got to have a passion about your business. You've got to love what you do, loving what you do and believing in what you do. The second aspect is you've got to put together a plan of how you're going to promote and advertise your business idea. So we'll be looking in great details about many other marketing strategies, ideas of how you can take on your business idea and tell the whole world the great story about your business, to bring your products to the marketplace and actually promote it. And the other aspect is selling your products. A lot of people have stuff about selling. They just hate the idea of, I don't want to sell, I can't sell anything. And what really is selling? And I believe that selling is just simply educating somebody else, informing people about your product and your service, and see if they're the right ones for you. You're not having to say, buy my product, here it is. No, it's simply educating them and helping them make a buying decision. And they're doing that by understanding the benefits of what your product or service will do for them. If it's not for them, don't you worry, there's somebody else out there who's looking for your product or your service, because we'll have done our market research, so we'll have understood really who we're going after. So the idea is know your market, understand who your market is, understand your competition, understand how you're positioning yourself as with your pricing strategy, and then promote it and sell it on. And of course, it's how to overcome objections, because with sales, people will say no, take it personal, but it's not a personal thing. The idea is that that might not be their product for them, or it might be that they don't actually need it. So you've got to make sure you're positioning yourself right and having to give them the right information that will help them to get a greater scheme of things in terms of what your product or service will do for them. And of course, the other aspect is having to do with the numbers. Will the numbers work? Will the business actually, is it a viable business? Is it a hobby? So we have to take into account just looking at the figures and saying, right, okay, how much would it cost to actually buy the product or to make the product and to be able to deliver it to the marketplace, and looking at all the costings and taking every little bit into account. Because usually people think, I've got a great idea and I'm going to promote my idea, and you get out there and actually there's no real market for your product, or there might be a market but not at that price. So making sure that your pricing is right, making sure that the numbers, and you've taken into account all the costs. And of course, the final part in this building your business is your personal mastery. This is where you're having to master your thinking. So we're looking at the things that block your success. And I call them success blockers because they're the things that you have been programmed in becoming, and they actually don't help you as a person. But until you identify what the problem really is, and then of course you can now venture on and become successful. So we would carry on and look at all the 4 aspects, and I'll just briefly summarize them. Number 1 is looking at your passion. Number 2, marketing and sales. Number 3 is looking at your business blueprint. And number 4, your personal mastery. So you can see that your thinking will actually help you to becoming successful. So what really are you facing? What are your challenges? What things are really keeping you awake? I know the things that kept me awake at night. I was just a stay-at-home mum, and that was brilliant. However, it limited to how much I could do with my own life. It was the idea of knowing that I didn't have enough money coming into our bank account. My husband had a normal job and he was getting a really good income. However, that limited my ability to make a difference in my own world. I'll tell you what frustrated me was the idea of not having enough money at the end of the month, or just even simply relying upon my husband. Life was good, however, I couldn't have more of an impact into my community, but also in my own life. And that really kept me worried and thinking, well, what about the kids? What about the children's education? Are they always just going to have what they have today? And of course, looking at where the university is going and all the fees, those things really kept me worried and saying, I need to do something. And I thought, I can sit here and really think about these things, but I need to do something about it. And so I'm a great believer that whatever it is that you have, whatever great ideas that you have, there's some of those ideas that can help you turn nothing into something tangible. You'll be amazed how ordinary people just like me have done some extraordinary things. It's not that there's anything special about me, but it's to know that the same business fundamentals that you can apply can work for you.